The trailer for Season 2 of Star Wars Andor has dropped on the Star Wars YouTube channel. I'll link the trailer in the description so that way you can go watch it for yourself. I'm going to give you guys my initial reaction and my breakdown and other things that I thought of. Andor is, I think, my favorite Star Wars show to date. So I have high expectations for Season 2 and I believe it will live up to it. You can't judge the entire show by the trailer, of course, but we just gotta jump right on in and see what they have in store for us. Okay, interesting music choice. Ooh.
We're in a war. You wanna fight?
We're in a war, you wanna fight? Yeah, the rebellion is a war. Ooh, he stole a tie! Italian scepter, I believe. The first season of Andor was hailed by critics everywhere. Yep. Saw? Emotional, thrilling, and exciting, without a doubt. Confident and sophisticated, yep. Truly phenomenal story, without a doubt. Ooh, that is a cool shot. Okay, I love the editing that makes it look like Krennic was chuckling in appreciation, but he wasn't. The prestige drama was serious. Yep, that's all true. Emmy Woolsey. And that's a new ship there, I think. No, wait, I think we saw that in Clone Wars. The spring. Okay, Deja. Quickly acclaimed series. Oh, that looks like a thing right out of a video game. Interesting. Oh yeah, we're probably gonna get K2SO. Ooh, Imperial is getting variety. We got where this is. Teocon. Oh, that's a different kind of tie. Interesting there. Season 2, April 22nd. Disney Plus, of course. So there's a lot of exciting stuff in here. Let's just go back through real quick and... So yeah, like I said, the music is an interesting choice. It's a more upbeat. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that one song used in Ahsoka with when Sabine was on her speeder bike. More upbeat, more rock style or punk even. Probably got the wrong genres, of course, because that's not my forte. But yeah, but it also makes the trailer more exciting, but also I think is a way of showing to us, the audience, that Andor Season 2 won't be the same as Andor Season 1, which is a good thing. We want the series to grow, to be different, but to still hold what made Season 1 so special, and that was its poignant political commentary. It's resistance, it's calling out of fascists and authoritarian tyranny, all that and so much more. And also just a great story as well. Andor has shown you don't need Jedi to tell good Star Wars stories. But yeah, there's lots of great stuff here. This scene here, just some very cool shots. Here we got Lucen. This here. That's just so, for lack of a better term, badass. It really just is great. It's fun. I am curious on how that's going to play into the series, into the story that they're going to be telling, because is that going to be show that Andor's getting more confident in his abilities in that? Because a big part of Andor in Season 1 was the fact that he was kind of in over his head, doing the best he can. He wasn't as, for lack of a better term, suave, as smooth as he was in Rogue One, so is this going to be bridging the gap? This scene here does kind of indicate that to me. Oh yeah, and also I like that it goes from this. You hear Krennic chuckling, and so you think, okay, is he laughing because what Andor did was so cool? But then it cuts to here on him on board the Star Destroyer looking at the Death Star. So is he chuckling about the Death Star? This is the thing with trailers. They can have this deceptive editing, this deceptive quality about them. Well, they'll string together neat clips, but they don't necessarily actually go together in the story they're going to be told in order to hype you up. And this is a perfect example of that. We get Andor doing this cool thing, we get Krennic chuckling, then we get Krennic chuckling looking at the Death Star, but this Krennic looking at the Death Star is in a different location than the previous shot of him chuckling, even though they have the sound go all the way through. It's a very interesting thing, and I mean, they did it for the trailer because it works nicely for the trailer, but obviously those three scenes are probably all likely from different locations and different parts of the story. But it's definitely going to be interesting. Here is going to be some... No, wait a second. Could this be the car? Because in The Force Awakens, in one of the reference books, it did mention that the car was an old rebel base. Because this doesn't quite look like Yavin. Now, I believe I did see a clip of Yavin either earlier in the trailer. I'm just kind of flipping through real quick. But I saw I did see Yavin, and this could be Yavin, but there's not enough trees. This makes me wonder, could this be the car, which would be a great little, call out. And also somebody got shot. And I wonder if there could be some infighting in the rebellion too. And of course we got X-Wings, and these are Saw's X-Wings. Because we know from Rogue One's reference book that Saw's X-Wings and also Star Wars Rebels too have gray painted on them. Same thing with his U-Wings. So, like I said, could there be some infighting in the rebellion? Or could this be an Imperial base that the rebels take over? Or that's all attacks? We don't know, but it does remind me of the car. And this ship in the middle, I thought it was a new ship, but it reminds me of a ship that we saw a few times in the Clone Wars. This is a better shot of it, but as I understand, I'm pointing at the screen you can't see, so I'll try to use a mouse. These engines should swivel. It reminds me of one very much. We got fighting, that. Some kind of riot. This is interesting. These look like Imperial troops, but they don't look proper. So either they're, an Imperial Army unit, or there could be Special Forces. This guy here looks clearly like an officer, because his hat. Well, this guy here seems to have the goggles that we've seen with the Mud Troopers in Solo: A Star Wars Story. So, but the vest also remind me for this character here, the guy with the hat, the officer hat, and this guy reminds me of the chest plate that General Views wore in Empire Strikes Back, which is also the same chest plates we saw army troops used to wear in Solo and Andor Season 1. Now, could these be rebels who just grab random Imperial gear? Also, snowtroopers had a very similar thing. Or could these be, Imperials who are turning on the Empire, so they're more sloppy? Or could it be some new type of Special Forces unit we've never seen before? There's lots of questions that we don't have answers for, and we won't until the show actually itself airs. Of course, we're going to get more stuff with Dedra. This scene here I had mentioned reminds me of a video game. That's because it reminds me of a small segment in Star Wars Battlefront's 2 campaign where when Iden is boarding a rebel ship and she's in her TIE fighter and she uses the TIE fighter's guns to basically clear the hangar out. And then we cut to the ship in a different location, but it's actually the same location, but the lights have changed. So that's another interesting thing going on there. K2SO probably, because we know he's going to appear. I always forget I can use keys that you can skip scene, frame by frame. Is that, could this be Cassian reuniting with his sister? That was a drop plot line of season 1. In fact, my really only complaint that there was never a conclusion to Cassian looking for his sister. And as I understand, season 2 is going to be the last season of Andor. Intended. They was originally going to do a longer show, then they cut it down just to 2 seasons, which I think for Andor is serving it well. So I wonder if the Cassian looking for his sister was a plot point they decided they're going to finish in season 2. But I do wonder if there's going to be any tragedy involved. And the way Cassian is hugging this individual, who makes me think could be his sister and reuniting after ages. And then, of course, we cut to another riot right after that. Riot shield and all that. So yeah, we know that whatever this vehicle here is, some kind of tank that's tearing up the ground. We're obviously going to get more stuff for Cyril. Yeah, he's going to be in over his head. And then we get this shot here, so we know that Cassian probably takes control of this TIE. Which actually, profile reminds me a little bit of Kylo Ren's TIE Striker, I believe it was called. Kind of reminds me of that. But I believe there's another model of TIE that's similar too. But that might have been in Legends. And then we got this scene here with, this is probably part of a riot, stealing Imperial weapons, but, let's listen to the scene with Saw again.
You're here, you're right here, and you're ready to fight!
So there, I am finding that interesting. Mainly because here Saw is telling somebody, we don't know who, that this person is here and ready to fight. I'm taking that to mean that this person is on the fence, and Saul's trying to goad him, trying to talk him into fighting against the Empire. Either he's trying to get this Imperial maybe tech to fight him. That's always a possibility, but it's also vaguely a call to action. You're here, you're in the place to fight against tyranny, you should take that opportunity to fight against tyranny, rather than delaying or waiting. That's another way we can interpret that scene. So, like I said, there's a lot of interesting stuff in this trailer. Like I said, the music was different. I think that's to prep us to the audience to expect Andor Season 2 to not be quite like Andor Season 1, which I think is a great way of doing it without flashing on the screen. This is going to be different, because that would be jarring. That would not really serve the trailer. But the music is a good way of doing it. It's also an upbeat, fast pace, which I think is going to fit maybe the more action-oriented thing that they might be going for Season 2 of Andor. I do hope they keep a lot of that poignant commentary of Season 1 in there. And I think that's part of the reason why Andor Season 1 was so well received, because it was a good story with great commentary, and hopefully Disney's meet studios executives, so not the Lucasfilm people, I'm talking about the Disney executives. I hope they didn't interfere. Studio meddling almost always either puts constraints that allows the directors and actors to make something really good, or it just destroys the vision. There's no in between. This shot of Andor as well as the end, which, man, he cleaned up. But we did know, I think, from some other stuff that he was going to be meeting Mon Mothma. I think that was a promotional image that was released a while ago. This image, I think, had been thrown around before the trailer anyhow, so definitely very likelihood, and the architecture thing also indicates that. And then when we look down here, just the critically acclaimed series returns. Watch the new trailer for Season 2 of Andor, streaming April 22nd. Oh yeah, the top comment. Not the kind of music I associate with a Star Wars trailer, but the Andor team has earned my respect tenfold. That's credit to AdNerd660. But yeah, that is very much true. Not things, but the team has earned our trust in the past. And not only that, but it does fit, I feel like, with what they're showing us. Oh, I like this. Okay, I gotta look at the comments some other time, but that really concludes my reaction and breakdown. Like I said, I think this is a very good trailer. I think it hypes us up well for the season. It also gives us an indication of potential things that might be going on. Like I said, I think there's a good chance the plot point from Season 1 where Cassian finds his sister might actually be fulfilled. I really hope that. That's really the only down that Season 1 had, that plot point was dropped fairly early on. But as they bring it up back here, I think that will make up for that one failing. The only failing in Season 1 of Andor, by the way. So, I'll bring the things to you. What did you think of Star Wars Andor Season 2? Like I said, Season 2. Yeah, if you're from the future, let me know what you saw to Season 2. But really, what did you think of Season 2 of 2's trailer? I thought it did a very good job, and I think it really does good at hyping us up in an intriguing way without revealing too much about what's going on. Just these are some of the characters, they're going to be in these locations, and these might be a plot line or two that we're going to do, but nothing definitive, which I think is a good way for a trailer, especially it's a falling in line of Season 1, where the story was so important. Giving it away in the trailer, I think, would be wrong, and I'm glad they don't seem to be going that direction. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest videos. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you, always.